Here we go. I think we're on live, guys. Yay!
Hello! Our pre-show tonight is on and we're ready to go.
Ready to go.
I'm Diana Wood. This is Carmen. And then we have Cass Vane at the computer running the show for us.
And this is the TSW Parachat. We are the Para Babes. We also have Angie, which is the fourth, actually, person in our Para Babe group.
And she's in Las Vegas. She's working right now, so we hope she'll be able to see us pretty soon. And when we come live, our inaugural show on Friday, we're hoping to have Angie in the chat. So if you want to ask her any questions, please feel free. We will also be in the chat, and you can ask us any questions as well.
Yes, definitely.
If you have any requests, we're going to be doing requests as well. We'll have a surprise for you at the show, and you guys will get to know us a little bit better.
Yes, and we will actually do a live PSB 7 session in order to communicate with whoever is there. We'll see.
Yeah, we don't know who's there, right? I mean, this is the point of the whole show. Our plan here is for Diana Wood, our para babe, to be able to debut herself. Is that a word? Debut.
Yes.
Debut herself. She has a beautiful voice. She's very smart. She's very knowledgeable. And you'll find out on Friday why it is that she's very close to the other side. Yes. So that's a little teaser for you. But she is going to do great. We're here to support her. We're also part of the Parachat. We've done live chats before regarding the paranormal. And we thought this would be perfect to start again because I don't know if you guys know, but lately we have, the past, 6 months?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
For the past 6 months, we've been going live when we could before 1,000 followers. Had that block. YouTube had that block. But we went live and we are also going out and we are investigating. So we go to different locations together with our fourth para babe. And we've been going to Calico and different places.
We've been to Black Star Canyon 5 times. Not necessarily all together, split up sometimes. We've gone to Grajava Park. We've gone to, where else have we gone to? Our most recent was Calico. We went to Pioneer Park in San Diego. We also went to Old Town. And we're interested in going back because there was a few things that we saw there that we would love to do, especially at the Cosmopolitan, as well as going back to Pioneer Park, possibly. Also, there's a restaurant that Cass spoke of as well that we want to try and see if we can get that.
Ibarra, I think. That's what it's called, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I hope you guys can hear us. You guys need to, maybe speak up a little louder.
Okay.
Because I'm closer to all the, the mic and the camera and everything. So they probably hear me a little bit, no problem, better. So just speak a little bit louder so we can do. Just this show is the pre-show. It's really not really a show. It's just a test drive of our show that's going to come out on May 17th at 8 p.m. So hopefully you guys can come and hang out with us on Friday night.
Yeah.
Yes, we can't wait. We're hoping that everybody can make it. And, we'll take requests, do whatever we can do. We want to include all of our listeners and anyone that would like to come on as the first timer and just see what we're all about.
Yeah.
See how we're doing this show. The first time for all of us, I think, in this forum, and we would really love to have everybody there asking questions if you want to ask questions. And we'll show you a little bit of a different way of a PSB7 session. So we got some surprises.
It's going to be fun. We discovered some new things. We just want to, share our ideas and be part of the community. And it's all about positivity. Um, girls getting together, people collabing,
Yes.
doing fun stuff together, sharing ideas.
Right.
Yes, and we're more than just the pair of babes. We're very good friends. Um, and when Angela is able to get here, I'm hoping that we'll get her on here and just introduce her, say hello, and we'll be going and investigating. We're wanting to do a bit more in San Diego, some in Riverside. We've been talking about that. Long Beach, we want to go to Queen Mary.
Oh,
Queen
yeah,
Mary
yeah.
is live.
I know we were talking about doing stuff for like our birthdays.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
We'll see where we go, and then we'll
Yeah.
take you on there and go on a live stream or something. Do something fun,
Right.
Exactly. And also Long Beach is very old, very historic. So there's places in Long Beach we could go to also, aside from Queen Mary.
Right, like cemeteries. I heard that there's
Yes.
like this one cemetery. I don't know if it's like it starts with an S, but we'll get back to you on that. But I googled it,
Yeah.
and they have like well, who's not there at the cemetery for sure? There's got to be some kind of a ghost. But what we do is we communicate with spirits and people. I mean, because they used to be people. I mean, they have a message
Mm-hmm.
to get across that they have been dying to say, um,
There's
for
some
like a long
location.
time, and they've been wanting to express themselves, and they just want to, chat with someone, and that's what we're here for. We're here to hear them out and not disrespect them in any way or provoke them. That's not what we're about. We're actually all about positivity and getting those answers that we, to all the questions that we have, in our
Right.
minds.
But we also like to have fun.
Yes,
We like
yes.
to do fun stuff. I mean, you guys already know Car and I, or some of you, my sister and I. We like to have fun. We like to be silly. We like to tell jokes. We like to just have a good time. But our thing is the paranormal. Why? Because we don't know what's out there. And our thing is to find out and get and record it, right? And like get proof. We want to make sure that we share this with you because if we're interested in it and you're watching us, that means you're interested in it, maybe just a little bit. If you're here watching this video after our live show, it's going to stay up and you're going to be able to view it later. Leave us comments below and let us know what it is that you're interested in hearing about. What do you want us to talk about? What do you want to have a conversation about? The Sasquatch, I don't know, Yeti, UFOs. You want to know about spirit communication. You want to know about tarot cards, about how we use the rods to communicate. We've done that in our videos before. We use different tools. We use the pendulum. We use several tools, right, Diana?
Yes, we have spirit dice. We have the pendulum and the grids. Right now, I like all the other tools that we were using. I am not positive, and please make comments, ask questions, give me some information on the Ouija boards, how that's interpreted, because I don't know if the folklore of it is really true, because in our way we ask for positivity.
Right.
We ask for people of the white light.
The intention, I believe, is what we believe in. Like if you feel like you want to contact evil, then you're gonna get evil, I guess. But what is evil? What is good? What is bad? We don't know, and that's why we're here to discover these things. But we, on the other hand, want to communicate with just regular people.
Exactly. And to be quite honest, when you go into a cemetery, How many people have been there for 100 years and technically never spoken a word because spirit does want to communicate, whether they want to communicate through a spirit box or a PSB7 or the pendulum and the grid or even a Ouija board. We understand those portals, but we're asking for the positive portals, the positive people to come in and visit us.
Yeah.
We are in a private space at this time, and opening up these types of things are very difficult. So what we ask for in all of our videos, and I've even done some in my bedroom asking for, of course, our loved ones. We kind of don't want to make it personal because we know you have your loved ones and you want to speak with
Right.
people as well. So we can ask personal questions, but it's also for you to open up with you. Now, we do have something else that we will be doing prior to our show and at the end is we have sage here
Yeah.
with a feather, and that helps with the smudging and the clearing of the energy because every time we come in to do this, we want the pure energy to begin with that
Right.
and not any um, previous
Heavy.
energy that was in there.
Any heavy
Yes.
energy that may be out there that would want to be heard.
Yes.
Right.
We understand that all energy wants to be heard, and we accept all, except anything that might be too heavy or too low of energy. That's unacceptable.
Right.
And
The living or the dead.
Yes.
Yes, living or the dead, right?
Because when you're open to these things, then you're open to quite a few things. So
Right.
that's why intention is very important. And cleansing, like Diana was saying about the sage and things like that.
Yeah, it's just very important to keep things light. We understand everybody has, if you've communicated in the past, maybe there's something that you're communicating with the spirit that may be heavy between the spirit and you. If you knew the spirit, if you're trying to communicate with people that you knew, maybe there was a heavy background, but if you walk into it and you tread on a light nature, you will get the lightness, the light of
Right.
it. It's not going to be heavy unless someone hasn't communicated. I think that's when it's heaviest, when they're just, okay, I've spent 100 years here in the spirit world and nobody's come to visit me that has truly wanted to listen to me and hear me out. Now I'm doing it. Oh, I'm going to communicate like I've never
Right.
done it before.
Yeah, you become a beacon. You're
Yes.
the light. They see a light and they're like, "Whoa, these girls want to talk to us."
Exactly.
And then all of a sudden, we've experienced that there's way too many spirits communicating with us, and then we can't make out what they're saying.
Mhm.
That's why we ask them politely to form a line and communicate with us through there, and then we'll see how that works. And we've done it once, and
Right.
it's worked.
It's work
Uh-huh.
with the spirits that were there at that time.
At
They
that
were
point,
pretty
yeah.
good.
Yeah, and we actually asked the number of people, and I think there was like 8 or 9, and they wanted to talk all at once, even children. And we just asked them, please line up, form a single file line. We'll ask for each person to come in,
Right.
say a few words, give their message, say their name, anything they want to say, and then move to the next person because we know those people want an opportunity to say what they want to say.
Exactly.
Yeah, and we have a good time. We travel. We've been to different places already, and we go. We spend the night. We get a hotel. We go to dinner. We just ask positive questions. We're serious about it. About this adventure,
Yes.
this
and
hobby, this curiosity we have, and we make it fun, but we also make it very respectful. But we're gonna have fun on this show too. We're gonna want to interview people. We're gonna want you to join us and ask questions. We're gonna do spirit sessions. What
Yeah,
else are we
yeah.
gonna do, girl?
Dice, if you listen, if you have a show where you'd like to see, and you can leave the comments in the previous show saying, hey, on the next show, can you focus on the pendulum and the grid? And we'll focus on the pendulum and the grid. We would like to also go out sometimes to these locations that we're interested in and see what we can get out there. We can go to the park, Grijalva Park. We got a lot there.
Right. But then there's the thing about having 1,000 subscribers when venturing out to
Right.
do these live streams. So right now we're at our studio, you know, trying to get the word out to you guys, and
so we can get up to 1,000 subscribers. Hopefully,
right.
Yes.
hopefully. I mean, this show, which is going to grow. Our goal is to have our own podcast, so we can have people call in and talk to us about any subject, any paranormal subject that's of interest to you. And right now, this is our very first step. This is step one,
Yes.
the pre-show. Just to give a little background, like we have been doing this for months. As I told you, we've been going out investigating, and then little by little, we started getting our equipment together, our cameras, our mic, and everything that we need in order to create the studio for us to be able to have this pre-show for you. So little by little, you guys know. I mean, if you've done a show before, it takes a little bit of time and preparation for this type of things, but it's so much fun. I mean, we love it.
We're here to motivate too. If you have any questions, just type it in the chat. We are happy to answer any questions that you may have, or any curiosities in regards to the paranormal, things that we've experienced, or if you have something that you experienced, type it in the chat.
Yeah,
And then we can go ahead and talk about that and see how that goes.
And we do have plenty of videos now on thesisterswood.com, and it's on YouTube. If you'd like to go in, ask some questions, and if you see a video of ours and you need more interpretation of what you're seeing in the video, we'll be happy to answer any questions you have. We'd like to show favorite moments too of some of our very interesting adventures. I mean, I think Black Star Canyon here in Orange is
it's our favorite spot.
Yes.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. We can't stay away.
The ghosts are nice there. I mean, they have a lot to say, and there's plenty of people out there that that just like to chat. I mean, different things. I mean, different people, different ethnicities,
spirits, energies,
right?
Even aliens. We don't know. We've gotten a few things on our recorder and our videos where we think we might have caught a UFO. I mean, we asked for it to show us a sign, and a light in the sky just flashed. That was the only light that flashed. And car,
I know. I felt instantly to pan the video because I was recording up to the sky, and it like spot on just flashed. It was like right.
That was
on.
a big coincidence.
Yeah,
that it happened
crazy.
right when we asked for it to do that.
And a lot of the questions and a lot of the things that we just don't hear right there and then. And if we're live at any time, or you see a video and you hear something in the background, it's because we probably didn't hear it with our own ear.
And that's where you guys come in.
Yes.
Like if you guys were live streaming, or if you happen to hear a whisper while we're trying to do a session or a session, then you can just let us know what you guys hear. Interact with us. Interact with us here, so we can ask questions for you.
Yes, girls, we have Anaheim Nocturnal Research. He's watching our live show right now. Say hi.
Hi.
And he says, hello, ladies. I want to go to the Queen Mary it probably be right after the Whaley House. He's got a Whaley House thing going on.
Yeah.
Just so you guys know. And then he says, documented, that's all we can do, right? Pretty much document, record, video. And it says, you ladies should check out the White House of Anaheim.
Oh yes, I've heard of that. I'm from Anaheim as well. So Anaheim Nocturnal, we're neighbors.
Didn't it burn down or something?
No,
No,
that's a different location, right?
Oh
No, the White House is very historical, and it is known to have spirit running through there a lot. I would say it's similar to the Whaley House.
it's very beautiful. I mean, I've seen it, but I don't know where I heard that.
It might be another location.
That it burned down, or maybe it was
Yeah.
the building next to it. But I was born in Fullerton, but I was in Anaheim for 17
Right.
years.
A long time.
I'm
You were
an
there for a long-
Anaheimian as well.
Yes.
Yes, and I'm from the South Bay, so which is Redondo Beach, Torrance, Rancho Palos Verdes. I actually bordered Rancho Palos Verdes to the north. I'm in Torrance, over where the Torrance Airport was,
Oh,
essentially across the street. And my family's from the South Bay. We moved to Anaheim in 1984. We had moved here to Orange
oh wow.
first in 1981. So I am Southern California girl, born, raised, and still living.
Mhm.
So I love it here. I want to find out a little bit more about the South Bay, my home area, to see what's there. My family
Exactly.
still owns a family home from 1951. They've redone it and everything, but all the way back then. So Arizona would be a good, interesting place to go to as well. Nevada, oh my goodness.
Yes.
Every
Oh my
time.
gosh, the desert.
Oh, Goldfield. We want to go visit Goldfield. There's a saloon that our other parababe and good friend Angela
Yes.
has been telling us about. We just got back from Barstow, and we did Calico in Yermo.
We did Maggie's Mine.
Yes.
And we
That
walked
was
around.
amazing.
Yes.
That was because we did the first video. It's up already. But the second video, part 2,
Mm.
you're gonna see something we caught, and it's crazy. Diana was taking pictures in the mine while I was recording with video, and the two para babies, Carmelita, my sister, and Angie, were investigating as well. And while Diana took a picture, we caught something very interesting.
Yes.
And I can't wait to, we can't wait to put the second part
And
of
I
this
can't
out.
even believe we caught it with so many people there. I mean, it was like a ridiculous amount of people there. Just
Very noisy.
talking. And when you're a paranormal investigator, you want absolute silence. So that's very important. But hey, I guess it doesn't matter that when there's
It doesn't.
there's
No.
paranormal stuff. There's interactions. They happen whenever they happen in the daytime.
But we do miss a lot though. I mean, when it's really like loud, full of people talking and everything, there's no way that you're gonna catch as much as you could when it's quiet. So when we investigate, we always say, okay, everybody quiet, everybody stay quiet, don't move, don't breathe too loud. Because every little thing, hopefully, right? We hope that our camera catches.
And we've had our equipment drain batteries after batteries like crazy sometimes. So I think we've caught a few odd things. Whaley House is actually one of our strongest physical feelings of spirit because they do have a vortex. And if anybody out there wants to discuss it, hey, if you haven't been there, go to that tree. In between,
Yeah.
there's a restaurant and there's the Whaley House.
Right.
And that that big tree that sits closest to the street. Oh boy. And I was feeling, they had a dog, and the dog was even licking my leg or rubbing up, but I felt quite a bit of charge up there.
Yeah,
That is
they
crazy.
say that there's like a vortex on the outside, but we've only experienced the outside. We
Right.
want to go inside of the Whaley House, when we have more time. Um, yeah, so definitely, but we definitely got some voices in the nearby area and even in the backyard of the Whaley House, where there was said to be like a hanging, even,
Right. And we've been there a couple of times already, inside and outside, and we've gotten things and like voices and answers outside and inside, right? Even around the perimeter.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy.
You don't even have to go inside. I can only imagine. And when Anaheim Nocturnal, when you go, oh, I would love to go. It's just a little bit hectic.
Yeah, the thing is that we just had a trip, right?
Yeah.
We're a little dry on funds right now, but I mean,
Yeah.
it would be our dream to be able to go in there and
Yes.
and investigate with you, because we've been trying to get in touch with him, with Cesar, for a
Exactly.
while, and go investigate with you.
Exactly. And Santa Ana has quite a bit. I know there's a lot of places in Santa Ana. That's a very old city.
Right.
Also, I've had a visit 2 times with a medium as well. And if you see the video, it's not really a video. It is, you can hear a voicemail message. So I'm sitting here behind this table, and Cass is sitting there. She would be sitting on the other side, like I'm being interviewed by Cass. That's how the type of atmosphere it was.
Right.
But the light was dim. She had her light, like her rock light, lit. It was very calming, very calming.
Right.
And
it's the intention, it's the energy,
exactly,
it's the atmosphere that you want to. You have to ready your energy, but and put it out there, but not have any other energy onto you. That's the important thing about this.
Right.
Exactly. And she's a female. I'm a female. And we did get my father real, but he was that very deep, gravelly voice towards the end of his life. But he did say yes. Then a man I used to do caregiving for. Oh my goodness.
That was funny.
I cannot believe.
It was kind of shocking.
The EVP was funny.
Like, you gotta kind of set it up so they know what you're talking about.
Yes, so
we have a video of it.
Yes, we have a video. Please listen to it. If you want to come back, chat with us, ask questions, even comment on that video, and we can answer you, because that man essentially interrupted possible communication from my great grandmothers, and it was very funny because I think of it like, this man wants to be heard and he wants to tell me something.
Yeah.
And a very techie person. He was a very techie individual.
Right.
And one of the reasons he hired me is because of my knowledge with computers.
Mm-hmm.
So what he said in that video, just watch it. You will laugh, because I laughed. And there's just, and the medium told me,
right,
you're going to get communication, and they will talk about things that you would never believe that they talked about. And I said, okay, I'll just wait and see. So it was funny, made me laugh, and I recognized the voice. And it is not a female's voice.
See, that's the thing. Like, only the people, let's say when it's a personal paranormal investigation, like when the girls want to communicate with their loved ones, they recognize the voices. I mean, just the tone, the accent, the way they used to speak in real life when they were alive, and the verification of them saying, That sounds like my dad. That sounds like my grandma. That sounds like my aunt. Oh, that's crazy to me.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what keeps me going about this paranormal world and what we want to find out what's out there.
The truth, the the mysteries. I'm sure that you won't be able to get all of the answers because we're not meant to have all of them. Especially about our lives and
Future.
our death, our future, all of those things. What will happen in the future? We're not supposed to know. We're supposed to live it out and make our own decisions.
And
It's
choices,
free
your
will,
choices.
right? There's choices, and each choice is important in each of our lives.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, and right now we're new to it in a way of recording, right? But we've always had paranormal experiences. I'm speaking for my sister and I and our family. There's a lot of little things that have happened, and I'm the debunker. I'm not gonna lie. I'll say, you know what? It was a window. It was a little bit of wind coming in. There was a breeze. You would probably have to sleep when you heard it. You you maybe there was some kind of light shining at your
Yeah.
eyes, and you saw lights. There's a whole bunch of little stories, little things that have happened to us, and they just accumulated little by little, and that's when I said maybe we should start recording this stuff. Maybe we
It
should
is.
talk about it more. Maybe we should have more of a conversation,
Little
right?
things
Yes.
that happen
Oh, yeah.
here and there, and she's more of a skeptical person, like logical.
Very.
I'm based on feeling and instinct. Like when I feel, like
That gut feeling.
right, the gut feeling. If I feel funny, you shouldn't do that, Carmen. Okay, I won't do it. Um, you know, Call it female intuition or just intuition. I don't I don't doubt it. I just kind of okay. I back off or I go forward.
It's true
What about you,
because
Diana?
mine's a lot more feeling.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
a lot of
yeah.
the things, it's not like someone's weighing on my soul or weighing on me. It's that you get this feeling like this breeze just passes you by, and it's where did that breeze come from? Wasn't here just a second ago. And if you start getting cold, our Black Star Canyon investigation was crazy. It was fine when when we got there, but man, when we stood there and we were behind my vehicle trying to get protection from the cold air, and it got colder and colder and colder, and we're thinking it's not wintertime, it's springtime now. Where is this shot of coldness coming from? But like I said, if you're interested in finding out a little bit more, I'll tell you, we'll tell you a little bit more about ourselves and our experiences in life. Um, Mine started out in childhood, so you'll get to hear that story. And I noticed that kids really don't. Kids nowadays say things. I think back when I was young, we didn't say too much. We didn't run up to our parents and say, "Mom, Dad, I saw this last night. What's going on?" "Oh no, you're just seeing things, or you got scared of something." "Oh no, certain houses you live in, there's certain feelings, and your child's probably seeing something because that's the most innocent and most open that anyone will be in life."
Right.
Exactly.
And Cesar from Anaheim Nocturnal Research says, "Yep, life is a gift we're yet to behold." That's
Mhm.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes.
That is so true. That should be like your quote.
Yes.
That's cool. That's like so
Fair
true.
quote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it, Cesar.
So believe your kids, believe in yourself, in your instinct, and what it's telling you. And usually you're right. when doing these things, or just as a person naturally. I mean, trust in your gut, trust in yourself, and then
I think it's trust.
yeah,
And I'll tell you why. Me personally, me myself, I'm not speaking for anybody else. I'm a debunker. I don't know if I don't want to believe it or if because I'm just think logically first and I want to test things out and I don't want to say it right away. Oh yeah, it's a ghost. It's a spirit. It's a witch. It's a spell. We're having bad luck. We tried I try to figure out how to not go directly to to the paranormal or to the other side right away, right?
I mean that's good. I mean, you want to like I said, trust in what you think it may be.
Well, I'll tell you why I trust now because we have been recording.
Yes.
And I'll tell you what made me less of a skeptic. The Queen Mary. When we went there with our fourth parababe, Angie, my sister, and I for my sister's birthday, and and a couple that went with us.
Yeah. We didn't meet Diana yet.
We
No.
hadn't met Diana yet.
No.
And we went there for her birthday. We walked around, and I don't know if you guys know, but there's some kind of like overnight investigation that is hosted by another investigator, and it's a big group of people that you just pay and you go into to a tour, right? And we only had our cell phones, and these were like old old cell phones that they didn't have good cameras, they didn't have good mic. We were just
it was like old school. It was like we were just starting.
That was a long time ago.
To something, and then we the only piece of equipment that we had was what was handed to us, which was the the periscope
that K2.
It was a periscope or something. It was like
You're right.
Yeah, it was like
it had like a little needle
like this. It was kind of like this, like a little box like this, and then we'll say, if you're here, touch it, and then the lights would go on like this, and then you'd be like, oh well, it did something, so maybe it's a ghost. But we didn't know at that time that other things would set it off, like your cell phone or maybe
other thing with energy.
Right, you're next to an electrical wire or something, because the EMF meter, the K2 is meant to, I guess, pinpoint or detect
kinetic or
see
or
that's the thing.
Wire
we need to talk to other experts and people who've investigated for a while, like Michael Scott. Hi Michael, he's on.
Yay!
We love you so much, you have no idea. We love you. We started with our cell phones, right? But honestly, what we use, the best tool we have is our eyes and our ears, right? We could feel things like tickles or like spider webs.
It's like you said, like a static or an electricity.
It shoots up. I mean, I was feeling it from the very tips of my fingers all the way up here.
Right.
And it was causing so much energy through here that
Cesar, where she felt it the most or for the very first time was at the Whaley house.
Yes.
So when you go there, go by that tree, and hopefully, I really hope you feel what we felt.
Oh, it's weird.
And the K2 meter went wild. K2 meter went wild.
Yeah.
When Cass put it down my leg, it was going wild. When we were standing there, and all of us, Angie, Cass, and myself, all of us felt it. It was not like any one person felt it more.
And I was like, no, this isn't happening. We're just making it up in our minds.
Yeah.
Is it the tree?
Yeah, exactly.
I kept thinking all these things, and then we moved. This ball of energy moved moved around. So I couldn't explain it. I mean,
It's not stationary.
no.
It just kind of
No.
bounces around the area, the grassy knoll, I guess,
Yeah.
the area, and it's weird. And it's like,
It's
oh.
strange. You need to go experience it for yourself. And those are the kind of things that we can only record
Yeah.
with video, but only you can experience it yourself. So, anyways, going back to the Queen Mary. Oh my gosh, that was my very first experience. I was like, I'm a skeptic. I don't believe this. This is not true. This can't be right. And then I was given the task after our tour. The next day, I was given the task to listen to all the recordings on from our cell phones, from Angie's and my sister's and my cell phone.
Right.
And I was sitting outside. I remember this. I'll never forget. I was sitting outside with my little, headphones, and I'm like, I'm not gonna hear anything. This is such a waste of time. I'm like, la la la, whatever. And all of a sudden, hello. What the hell? It was a deep voice, a man's voice. I was by myself. That's one thing. And then little bit later, I'm like, who's whistling?
We didn't hear a whistle like when we were right there. We're like, what the heck?
And it's on there twice. And I'm gonna put that video together because really, honestly, it's really bad video. It's from like 2015, and it's crazy. The thing is that to me made me very curious.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna say it was a ghost or a spirit or whatever, but it's something.
And we even had the debunker over here in the hotel room when we were in Calico. So the next video, I'm sure, we'll be discussing back and forth, and we are not going to discuss the night of. We are going to discuss the next morning about what happened.
Right.
Because literally the noise sounded like it was in the same room.
That freaked me out. But
Yes.
it didn't freak me out when it actually happened.
Mhm.
Because I'm like, oh no, it's just upstairs. Oh no, it's the people outside. Oh,
Or
don't
next
worry
door.
about it. Yeah, it's next door. I mean, you're gonna hear me trying to debunk it on the video. The next day,
Exactly.
I was like, I'm wrong. That's something unexplained that did happen, and none of us made that noise, and no one around us made that noise.
And then we became,
were all there.
Yeah, then we became obsessed with the paranormal ever since that first time we ever went to the Queen Mary.
The Queen Mary was it for me.
Yeah.
And we cannot wait to go back.
I know. And as kids, we've always had like things that have happened or things that we've seen, but you always kind of cower underneath your blanket, and you're like,
Yeah.
what the heck is that noise?
Yeah.
There's nobody in there. There's nobody in the kitchen.
Hey, why don't you tell them? Let's just give them a little bit. Why don't you tell them what happened when you were in the other room?
Oh.
When you were waking up to go to work, just tell them.
Oh, okay.
Because this is when I was like so annoying. I was like, that's not true. You didn't hear that?
Yeah. Okay. So we were here at the house for like maybe about a year or two when we first moved in. I was getting up to go to work, and it was like 5 a.m, and I was like, okay, I'm looking out towards the pool area, and I'm kind of like thinking like what I'm gonna do at work and things like that. And then I'm putting on
But what time was it?
It was 5 a.m, and I was looking up. I was wide awake. I was not sleepy at all. Like once I'm up, I'm up. Like I can't go back to sleep. And that's when my sister, she's like, "No, you were asleep. No,
You were dreaming.
you were dreaming." I'm like, once I'm awake, okay? And so, or like it takes me a while to go to sleep. So I'm usually awake at least an hour and a half, and then I go to sleep. So it's kind of vice versa. Like I'm like awake. But then what happened was I was putting on my shirt and stuff like that, and then once I had my shirt on, still looking at the pool area, just kind of chilling, and then I heard my name in my ear, like there was someone here, like close to my ear. It's like, Carmelita, and I was like, I wasn't scared. I was totally not scared. You don't want to know why? Because it sounded familiar. It sounded familiar. It sounded like
Mhm.
somebody that I knew before. So it didn't freak me out. And I'm like, I'm not scared of the dark.
So she tells me later, and she's like, "Sister, this happened to me," and I'm like, "Okay, what time was it? Were you still sleepy? Were you modorra? We say modorra in Spanish, like still asleep, kind of
Half
like
asleep.
yeah.
Yeah.
like you know." And I'm like, "You're looking out the window. Were you spacing out when you were looking out the window at our pool and just spacing out? What was the situation there? I mean, were you alone? What
No.
did this voice sound like?"
No, I wasn't alone. There's a bed behind me, and my roommate was sleeping right behind me, very asleep. And so as soon as I heard the voice in my ear, my right ear, I turned around thinking that it was, my roommate, and I was like, well, they're sleeping, so how could I,
Were they snoring?
they weren't even snoring.
See, I still kind
They were
of,
very
I'm
silent.
still kind of, I'm still kind of, not that I doubt my sister, because my sister, she doesn't lie. She does not lie. That's one thing. So I believe her 100%, and I believe that she believes she heard it. So I asked her a lot of questions, like, what did it sound like?
Yeah.
Who did it remind you of? Were you still sleepy?
Yeah. No.
Was it the wind?
No, I wasn't. I wasn't, dude.
Not that the wind would say Carmelita.
Yeah. And
Oh.
it's almost like it could be something, because when you hear somebody call your name, and then you kind of wait for it again and it doesn't come, so you, if there's other people in the house, you go, did you just call me because I heard my name? Well,
Yeah.
what was it really that you heard? Who was actually calling you? Because I think we all I think I would say about 15 to more, probably more like 19 to 20 years ago. I was living in San Diego with a significant other. I'm still with the significant other, but we were we were living in an apartment. It was a condo, essentially a townhouse, upstairs and downstairs. So we had his mom over, and she spent the night. And we're the two of us are on different schedules. He gets up in the early morning. I have to get up like 10 or 11 to go to work. So it's like, okay, you sleep over there and I'll sleep here, so both of us can get our sleep.
Yeah.
She asked me the next morning, what kind of conversation were you having upstairs last night?
Oh.
None. We were asleep. She said, I could swear I heard about 3 to 5 different voices having a conversation. And I will tell you, that night I was having a dream, and my family came into the dream, his family into the dream, and his family said, I'm going to visit him. They walked off, and I was visiting with my family that whole time. It was crazy. And it wasn't just like, usually it's my paternal grandmother and my maternal grandmother, and both of them are doing it. But boy, she said, no, there were like different voices. There were male voices, there were female voices,
Whoa.
and it was like 3 to 5 voices.
What did you think you were doing up there?
I know, I'm like,
throwing
she
a
said,
party.
who were you talking to? Were you on the phone? What were you doing? And I said, no, it was late at night.
Yeah.
If you would have heard anything, it was me snoring or him snoring, but
Right.
not voices speaking. But that whole time, that night, I was having communications in my dream.
Yeah.
So that is not only the first time. So I'll delve into my childhood stuff. But through my 20s, I had a lot of communications, and it was more dream state. My scariest situation
Mhm.
was a dream about my grandmother. And my grandmother, everybody would say on my dad's side, very sweet woman, no issues.
Mhm.
She,
Excuse me, I'm gonna let the para baby in.
yeah.
The pair of babies crying at the door.
And it was very interesting, this whole dream. And all of a sudden, I turned around, and I've never talked to my grandmother in a stringent voice. But I felt at that dream there was something not so nice there.
Oh no!
And I called it out. I said, "You're not my grandmother. I need you to leave my dream right now. You're not welcome. And I'm telling you right now." As soon as I called whatever it was out, it turned from my grandmother to something ugly.
What do
Yeah.
you mean ugly though?
like a
Scars.
And-
It's
oh.
kind of like a Freddy Krueger.
You mean visually?
Visually,
Gotcha.
it was ugly. And hearing it speak to me was no longer the sweet grandma voice that I remembered back then.
Well, you have a lot of like personal experiences, right?
Yeah,
That
I
involve, like, your
do.
family members.
Yeah,
But your other
very-
experiences are also with us when we go
yeah,
out.
oh my gosh, it's a lot. I mean, we'll talk about Cass's issue the first time we went to Black Star Canyon when we have the video on next week, because it wasn't hilarious, but it was like, oh my gosh,
It was funny.
Yes, it's like
Whatever.
because I laughed, but like, so yeah, this is Scooby,
Hi, Scooby.
the para baby.
He's our baby.
Yeah, and I think, Diana, that like sometimes, that we're accidental psychics, that we accidentally tap into something, and we don't know how to explain it or hone in on that energy, or the instinct, like I said before.
Exactly.
The instinct. We don't act on it a lot of the times, 90%
Right.
of the time.
We doubt ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
and
doubt ourselves.
I think back in the 70s and 80s, not much of our family was really talking about these things.
Mhm.
I'll tell you the scariest non-paranormal thing I ever did is my mother decided it was a great idea to take us kids to a drive-in and see like Friday the 13th part 2 and 3
Oh,
in the same night. And it that's pretty creepy.
Something
You
about when two worlds collide. Is that a movie or
that
what
sounds
is that?
like a country song.
What's a country
Yeah.
song?
I don't know. I'm just quoting a movie, guys.
Though it is true, because let me tell you, in our subconscious or unconscious, I think we're the most open.
Yeah.
You're not.
Right.
You're letting yourself be open.
Well, that's why a lot of people have their experiences when they're relaxed,
Yeah.
Mhm.
When you're asleep, when you're
about to fall asleep.
right.
Come here, Scooby.
Yeah. Take him, because
Come on.
he's
Scooby.
licking me.
I know. Come here, Scooby.
He wants to kiss me.
That's what dogs do. They like the salt on our skin.
Yeah.
Scooby.
They
And
like
let me
the
just
salt.
tell you, when we first moved into this place, Scooby saw stuff.
Yeah.
Scooby, come here.
We all
when
like to-
dogs bark at the corner and nothing's in the
Okay,
corner.
and it was in this room.
Oh goodness.
Even
Up
better.
there.
Yeah, in the corner, when they bark in the corners, or when your cat like just kind of stares off, and there's no flies in the room or anything like that.
Mhm.
Because I know Scooby hates flies.
Well, he was a baby when we first moved in here, and we put him down on the floor when we first came in. We're like, okay, this is your new home. First thing he does is like, he ran in here like he knew the place, went right to the corner and started looking up and started barking up there. And he kept doing it for days.
Yeah.
Days and
Yeah.
days for the first week or two. And then eventually he stopped.
Yeah, because I think that the activity was a little bit more frequent, because whatever energy is here, it like was not not used to us for sure. We're like
Yeah.
invading their space,
Mm-hmm.
and we just kind of set the intent that we're not gonna hurt you,
Right.
um, and we just kind of was kind of feeling, I guess, feeling what what they were about, maybe because we felt the presence here for sure as soon as
It's almost
we
like you
got
want to
here.
coexist.
I know Scooby
Let's
did.
learn
I didn't
how to
feel.
coexist with each other because I'm going to be here for a while. I know I may be
Yeah.
invading your space and we're not going to do anything significant that you have to necessarily leave, but please, like don't shake us awake or anything like
Yeah.
that.
I think that's what Anaheim Nocturnal means, when two worlds collide.
Right.
When
Mhm.
two the paranormal world, the just the dead and the living, try
Collide. Right.
to
Communicate,
coexist, right?
yeah.
Um, yeah, I remember being like electrical energy on my face, like
The
constantly.
spider webs.
The spider web feeling when there's
The
no
tickle.
spider webs.
It's like
yeah,
a tickle.
during the day, sometimes at night,
Mhm.
my blankets would move. I was being tucked in. It was weird. And mind you, I was like observing, but I wasn't scared.
Right.
It was weird.
I think that's it. I mean, we got a comment from Anaheim Nocturnal Research. He says, sounds like a negative spirit imitating a loved one. I guess that could happen,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah. That's most likely what had happened, but I don't know how in that dream I picked it up. But I'm telling you, I turned around and I never talked harsh. But something in that dream made me feel like, no, you're not the being
Right.
of my grandmother. You're trying to infiltrate something you don't have. I never gave you permission to infiltrate. So you need to leave now. Now it showed its face, and I'm glad that it exited my dream because I have never had anything negative like that in my entire life since.
Right. That's pretty scary. Yeah, would be
Yes.
pretty spooked. But the skeptic to me, and
We-
I don't mean to be rude or like say that didn't happen to you. I just want to say that I've had bad dreams, and
Mhm.
my mind's always thinking. I'm like logically thinking, what am I doing tomorrow? How am I gonna do this? How am I gonna do that? I have to go to work. I have to do this. I have an order. So I'm always thinking, what is it? Problem. And then so I'm thinking that, what, Scooby? Oh, okay. Go.
You know what I think too, when animals and people, like I said, I caregive for a man, and he actually passed away not while I was there. I essentially had wanted him not to suffer anymore, so I even whispered in his ear, uh, go be with your family. Don't worry about us. Life is good. You'll be fine. But before that, he was constantly saying, there's someone in the corner over there. I'm seeing them. They're here. They're here.
But what I was saying is that in dreams we
Yeah.
have nightmares,
Mhm.
and I mean we see monsters, we see things that we don't see in real life. You know what I'm thinking,
Yeah,
that maybe it's something that you were stressed out about during the day, or you were thinking about it, maybe you had a problem, or you were
Mhm.
dealing with something at that time.
That's a very fine
Yeah.
line between reality and like fiction, or
Right. And
and we have no way of knowing.
no, we don't.
We have no way of knowing.
That's what I was going to. That's what I was going to say. I'm not saying that wasn't. I don't really want to say evil because I don't like that word, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna say something negative maybe that was
Yeah,
in
because
your
I
dream,
didn't even
right?
want to say evil. I don't want to accept it. So.
Like
Yeah.
Cesar says, it sounded like a negative spirit imitating a loved one. That could have been true, or it could have been stress from the day or the week or something that was, coming up in your dreams. So
Yeah, because she was always a calming.
right, I want to say that our show or our Parachat, it's never gonna go like all the way one way or all the way the other way. We're always gonna stay neutral, and we have all, just the four of us have different beliefs. We all believe in
Exactly.
different things, and we're very respectful of each other. Because
Mhm.
not ever, not. I mean, like
I'm
Diana, what's
strong in
your yeah?
faith. I'm strong in faith. I was raised in a Catholic household. My mother is Catholic. My mother's side of the family is Catholic, and I do believe in my faith. I love my faith, and in my faith, it is said that there is spirit that walks the earth. There is spirit, for a lack of better word, that lives in purgatory because no one is judged. It's not judging time. It's everybody goes into this place and they filter through it and do whatever they want. They can, hey, if you were if you were a truck driver in life, maybe you're driving something where you're at or doing something where you're at.
And that's why we want to ask these questions. Like, where are you right now? What are you looking at? Because I'm sure each individual has their own story or their own place. I don't know. We don't know. We don't know.
Mhm.
Right.
That's why we
No.
want to
Well,
find
you
out.
guys have a question. When when you ladies do a house cleansing or smudge, how do you perform it?
Oh, well, that's a good question. What we do is we definitely you know get together in a circle, or if it's just me and my sister, um, and we start talking about positive things, like say this is a positive space. We do not invite any negative energies here.
Yeah.
You may not stay here, and then we just kind of do our you know our thing all throughout the
The
house,
smudge.
on the outside, the inside of the
And
house.
what is that?
Um,
What is it called?
what?
It is smudging, but it's cleansing as well.
But that has roses
Sage.
and sage.
Yeah,
Sage. That's the word I was.
California sage, white California sage.
Right.
And what we do is we cleanse ourselves. We we take turns with the sage, and just basically is the intent with our words, positive words, things like that. Um, there's not really much to it in our experience. Um, just whatever we feel.
That's what we do.
Mhm.
What do you
Safe.
do, Diana?
Right.
Well, my whole intent is I do I do have a rosary at home. Actually, I have a few rosaries. I also have a bracelet version. Sometimes I wear for protection as well, um, to prevent uh, bad energy. But I only ask people of the white light with positive intention to enter any of our readings. If we're trying to work with each other to do an investigation, we don't want the negative energy. And we don't know when we go somewhere what energy that place has.
Right.
So we automatically say, and we're pretty emphatic, and we work as a team of four to state, please return, do not follow us. I ask if it's my family and you were meant to look over me, please stay, but do what you want to do. And then if you feel it necessary to come and see me, that's the time that I'll be open to visiting with you.
Yeah.
Um, as far as smudging, I do believe in that. It is something that does help people because let's say Carmen here has a bad day, and from the time she woke up to the time she got home, frustrations build and build and build.
Nothing but negative out of my mouth.
Yes.
Right.
So you come home and you said, you know what? I know this isn't me. This isn't how I work. I'm going to go ahead and do smudging. You could say, I am allowing the positive energy of life. I only accept the positive energy. Any negative energy, and just do it all around you and your space. Do it in your space. I've heard a lot of superstitions, a lot of different ways. Like, I think sometimes they say late at night people are susceptible to have spirit walk in their home behind them. So I've heard someone say, as you're walking in the door, turn around before you open the door and walk in backwards. I said, well, what does that do? Because what if the spirit got behind you while you were turning around?
There's a lot of superstitions.
Yeah, it was
out
weird, but I kind of get it.
Especially with different cultures. Like
Mm-hmm.
my sister and I were Mexican. I was born in Mexico, and I grew up in Mexico as a child. And there were a lot of different superstitions, like a lot of things I would hear. Like, you need to have a mirror in, like, right when you walk in the front door, you need to have a mirror facing whomever walks in, so that if they have bad energy, it bounces back on them and it doesn't come in your home. There's so many different things. Like,
Yeah,
make sure you wear green for good luck. Make sure that you, if you don't want anything bad in energies in your house, you flip the broom upside down. There's so many things. There's cleansing, like you do cleansings for your body. You grab an egg and like you cleanse yourself. I mean,
or you sweep the entire house.
Right, you gotta sweep and clean the whole house.
Yeah,
you gotta have water candles. They call them water candles. You fill up a bowl of which is full of fresh water, and then you put it in the corners of your home. And I think that has to do with like the mirror type of thing. You know, like keep it like
the clarity, the pure light candle. Keep the purity, keep the atmosphere pure. I think that's what the intention is. I mean, it's all about intention.
There's a lot of different things that we want to talk about. I mean, forever. Like, for example, when I was a child in Mexico, when someone would pass away, they would have viewings in their living room, right? And they would keep their loved one in the living room for about 3 days. No, 2 days. 2 days. And you can go and visit with your loved one that just passed. And what they would do is they would cover the mirrors and like all over the house, because they would say that the spirit of the person that just passed away was like there visiting with you, like floating around or whatever they thought it was doing. And they didn't want the spirit to go into the mirror because it would get lost. I don't know where. It would get lost on the other side somewhere.
And then that's really what it is. It doesn't matter, I think. Because I think in the South they did that too. They would have them. When we went to Calico, we saw not a casket. It was a boxed version of what a casket would be like, and it stood up. And a lot of the times, that's how it was done in the old days too, where people could come and view the person that passed. And it's very interesting in the home too. I think a lot of different superstitions come about it, especially the passing.
Yeah.
One thing I've always heard growing up, and again, this goes back to faith, that when someone passes, their spirit does not rise or go to its resting point for 3 days.
Okay, 3 days.
It's 3 days, and that all has to do with what we celebrate as Christians in Easter, the Passover.
Oh, gotcha.
Because remember, Christ passed.
Ah,
then he rose.
That's
after
where that
3
came
days.
from.
Yeah, it's the 3 days is normally that part of it. And it's very interesting because you do feel it. I took care of the gentleman. Again, he passed away in his home. I could not leave the home that night, and neither could the other ladies that helped take care of him. So we all spent the night in the home, not in the room that he passed in. We gave him his privacy and his resting point there.
Yeah.
But we all slept in the other rooms in his home because none of us wanted to leave him alone fully. And that's, some people have a hard time with that. and they carry negativity with it, but it's only positive because if the person is a good person to you,
Yeah. I just
you'll
think
always get
everyone
it.
means well. Everyone
Yes.
has their beliefs. Everyone has their traditions.
Hmm.
They all mean well. We all mean well. We all want
Yes.
our loved one to be safe in the new life they're gonna be going to. It's we're all energy. We got here as energy, and we're leaving as energy. It's just a recycling, and that's what I believe in. I did grow up in a Catholic home, and then when I was a little bit older, I took a world's religions class. From there, I decided to check out the Christian belief, so I did that. So I have gone to different people who have different beliefs, and for me myself, again speaking for myself, I believe in energy. Everything has energy, and
Yes.
material things have energy. Everything has energy. I believe in the crystals. I believe in the moon and its strength it has with us and this world. And
We're all connected.
we're
It's
all
the-
connected.
It's what you
Yes.
bring of it. It's what you make of life, and if
Yeah.
people have very different life experiences, and I think some people,
Yeah, it's like Anaheim Nocturnal says that there's superstitions in his family too, and they are from Durango, Mexico.
Mm.
So, what's one of the superstitions that you guys have and traditionally in your family or with your friends or with your community in Durango, Mexico? Let us know in the chat. Yeah, there's so many things that people believe.
In the Caribbean, where my significant other is from, he at the New Year, before you do New Year, this is the 31st. You create a bowl. That's a big bowl. You put coins in the bowl. You put rice. You put beans and grains in this bowl.
Oh wow!
And then what you do is before you leave the home to do anything that night of New Year's Eve, you dig your hand and you just dig your hand and you go into the bowl. And this is supposed to keep your food in your home. You'll never have
Oh okay.
no food in the home. You will have good luck through the year, and money will be plentiful.
Oh.
And that's their big thing that they do, because we used to put black eyed peas, white rice, and different things in this bowl, along with quarters, dimes, pennies, whatever you want to put in there as change. Fill it up at the before the beginning of the year, and then each time after that you're going to put replenish, or you could take that and put it somewhere else, and then just keep replenishing it. In the
Right.
Philippines, you have to have round coins at the new year. So what they like to do is carry coins in their pocket, and then they jingle it throughout the night
Oh,
and
that's
stuff.
neat.
Yeah, I've noticed that. Or wear like circles, because that's eternity. That's
Oh.
eternity.
That's
And
awesome.
yeah, they wear round circles,
Right.
because my best friend is from the Philippines. So these are the when you
Wait a minute. I thought I was your best friend.
well, it's
This
my
is
childhood
BS.
friend.
Who is this person?
Joanne, hello.
Hi,
You know who you are. And if she's watching, she knows. But
Yeah.
we want to open it up for everybody
Right. Yes, we
to
do.
feel comfortable, to come and ask questions. We're hoping to maybe add some of the videos, and if you want clarification on any of the videos, let us know the time and date stamp of the video and where you have the question of in the
Right.
time frame.
We have a comment.
Mhm.
The usual spirits, La Llorona, the hearse, a lot of things, even the devil they have encountered. This is
wow.
about superstition. So
Mhm.
the devil, that's kind of creepy. That's
I
really
know.
scary,
My
right?
uncle had a story too about the devil.
Who?
My uncle.
Paco?
No.
Who?
My uncle Sophie.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Like, what I want to know is where the Llorona originated. That's what I want to
Right.
know.
Where did that story start from? Because we went to a location which we investigated for about 10 minutes and then we had to leave, that we need to go back to.
Mhm.
We were told by a friend of ours to go to this location because there's like a little creek or river there, and they've seen, he believes that they've seen the Llorona there. So we need to go back and investigate there. But I've heard that there's La Llorona, like stories, or like people have seen La Llorona in different places of locations in Mexico and even here in the United States.
Right, right.
So where did it originate from?
Does she travel? Is she only in Mexico? Or I don't know. It's curious to me. I want to know, you know,
Where she is from
everything.
originally.
Why she killed her kids? Why?
Well, I thought when I was little, my grandma used to say, "Oh, métete a la casa o va a venir la llorona por ti." Like, go in your house, get in the house. What are you doing out late at night? Get in the house, young lady. La llorona is gonna come get you. I thought it was just like a lie, and I thought that she was making it up just so that I would get in the house
And go to sleep.
and go to sleep.
Yeah, and a lot of our parents do that to us to scare us.
Yeah.
But even other countries, again, the Philippines has the aswang. The aswang is supposed to be an evil being that is able to knock and bang on doors. So
No,
you will
thank
open the
you.
door and let it in. No, thank you.
Be like, bye bye.
Yeah,
Peace out.
in the Caribbean, they have something called La Jablesse. Very similar to the aswang. Looks like, you know how they say the hoof, the
Yes.
the hoof. They have these hoof. They call those like a. I don't want to say the word evil, but
But isn't that what people think
the
of, like
hoof.
from the devil has feet, like
Yeah, the hoofs, and that's what it is. The broken hoof, or the split hoof, and that's in a lot of different ones, like Sasquatch and different things that you think of, even here in the United States. It's very crazy, very crazy.
And by crazy, we don't mean crazy like in Lulu.
No.
We think crazy like that's hard to
Where
believe.
did that
Oh my
start?
God, that is, yeah.
Where
How do
did it start?
We are gonna have to do a lot of research
Yeah, like
in
what?
every topic and everything that we want to find out about, because I want to know.
Yeah, because every single
Nationality,
Superstition,
everything.
yeah.
there's
Stories.
there's similar rituals and
Yes.
similar beliefs,
Mm-hmm.
but it's called something else,
Right.
or has a different face or whatever.
Yes.
But it's the same thing,
Makeup.
the same energy, the same
Yes.
entity or whatever.
Well, like for example, okay, I don't know if you guys seen the movie The Fourth Kind. Okay,
Yeah.
that movie scared me. Why? Because they talked about the Anunnaki and about the Sumerian gods, which I believe in, and so that kind of scared me a little bit when I saw the movie, and I thought, wow, this is crazy, like I can't believe they're even talking about it in
It
the
was
movie.
crazy real looking. It was
Yes, it was really spooky. So I thought, okay, it's interesting that they mention the owl, right? They mentioned the owl, and I have a little owl back there. I don't know if you guys can see it. You probably can't see it, but I have an owl back there because that reminds me of La Lechuza.
yeah, another
Another,
yeah.
right? That in Mexico they say that Lechuza is a witch. That witches turn into lechuzas, which is an owl in Spanish. And so I found it interesting that the fourth kind used an owl as the face of the alien.
Right.
Right? This is an alien movie. I recommend that movie. It's so good and freaky and scary.
Can someone help me with this? Why is 3 a.m. so significant, or the word, I'm gonna use the air quotes here.
You gonna
Unholy
air
hour.
quotes.
Yeah, the air quotes. Unholy hour. I don't know why that would open up. Is that something that someone opened up umpteen years ago? Was it Is it an old wives' tale? Is it true? Is that is that something you want to open or keep shut, or what is it exactly that is so significant about 3 a.m. in the morning? Because I've always heard that.
Like, you know what it is? People wake up at 3 a.m. Like, I wake up every night between 2:30 and 4:30 in the morning.
I think because in
maybe not every night.
In certain movies that I've observed and tales that I've heard and stories of other people on YouTube that they use, like, it's the number 3 that
the Trinity,
a mockery
is
of
that
the Trinity or something on that account, where I guess it's things of a negative nature, or maybe it's some kind of
it's easy as
but that isn't that a Christian belief, the Trinity, like what is it?
The Holy Ghost, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost.
Yeah. Wait. Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost.
Oh, Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. So there's a Holy Spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
And you know what's pretty interesting is we've recently found out that we all have 3 spirit guides each. So what is it about the number 3? I've always liked the number 3. I'll tell you. When I go gambling, there's a ritual I do.
I'm sure you do.
It has to
you
do
win
with
a
the
lot.
number 3.
Maybe it's like a manifestation energy, or maybe
I
it's
believe
just general.
Yeah, I believe in energy, and our minds are very, very powerful. In the universe, if you ask the universe for something, I believe you can get it. You gotta work hard for it, but you can ask for it, and it'll come to you. I mean, I've had things happen to me where I say, "Oh, I really need this. I really need this to happen. I want this," and I mean, you feel it. You gotta feel it. You can't just say, "Okay, I need this. I need a new blouse because I have a new event to go to." No, it's not like that. It's more like, okay, I really need this job. I really love this career. I want to be my own boss, right? I don't want to deal with things that come with working for others, or like, I want to start my own business.
You don't get the exact thing, but you're presented with
options
and opportunities.
But you bring that to yourself. You don't just sit there and like ask for it and wait for it to happen. You gotta work hard for it. But that's what I believe in. Energy. We're all connected. It's kind of like Diana says. Like, you can go into a place and walk in the front door and feel the energy.
Yep, it's true. It's true. And you can meet someone for the first time and figure out, I'm going to be their friend, or I never want to see them again.
Or they're just not for me.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like, we have the equipment, but we don't know. We didn't read the instructions as a human being, basically. Like, we can feel stuff and sense stuff, energies, but we don't know how to do it.
We don't know what to do with it. Like, for me, I've always had deja vu episodes, and some are really light, and I'm like, okay, that was weird. And some are so strong and so powerful that, like, I feel it physically. So what is that? I don't know what that is. I just know that sometimes I know what's gonna happen. Like a second after, I get that feeling, which is totally
almost
weird.
Like this time when you felt it, and this time when the deja vu happens, it's running parallel. Those 2 times are running parallel.
But then
and you're in the middle of it.
But then I also think the mind is very powerful, and it may be something that I'm remembering I did before that looks similar to this new event. So trust me, it's not that I believe in it right away. I always think about it, and I always try to say, okay, maybe I went to this location before, or maybe it looks similar to somewhere I've been to before. The ones that are really strong are the ones where I don't know how the heck, but I know what's going to happen next. And it happens. And that's the weird part.
That's where the accidental psychic part kind of pops in. And hence the I don't know what to do with my instruction manual as a human. But
Exactly.
but there's also the deja vu moments where you feel like you've already been there. I mean, do you believe that maybe you have lived a past life? I don't know.
I don't know.
I've asked that before,
That's
and I've
another
had
question.
someone tell me that I have lived a past life. So, I mean, if you have, I mean, that's pretty interesting. I don't know if I want to be a woman in my next life. I
Why?
think I'd like to be a man.
Love
this
being a
time.
woman.
I love being a woman. I think you know what I've been told?
What?
I've been told that this lifetime I had a break from having children because I've had so many children in my past lives.
Ooh, you're
So
tired.
this lifetime
You got
I
a
got
break.
a break because I birthed so many children in the past.
Oh my
There
god.
wasn't no lady
know.
who lived in a shoe,
No.
had so many children, she did not know what to do.
Yeah, and that was again the medium that told me the first time. She says, "Look, you weren't supposed to have children this lifetime. I mean, you were made to have rest."
One's enough.
Yeah.
For
Yes, and we have Scooby.
Yes.
And when he wants something, he barks. And he talks. And sure,
Yeah.
you heard him in the background.
Have you ever recognized, and anybody can say yes or no, or have you ever recognized animal spirit around you? I mean,
sure. No,
the
no.
medium when I went the first time, she said, "Boy, you have a lot of dogs around you," and I kind of wonder if the dogs come and sniff me sometimes because I get a lot of dogs that want to come up and sniff and everything, and I think, oh, I have two dogs at home. That's the reason why, but it's a wonder how we have even the animal spirits from the past or
right.
whatever.
So, yeah, a lot of, I mean, I've heard people, I'm going to say a lot, I want to generalize, but people have said that dogs don't go to heaven. They don't go to the other side. They have personalities. They have
their spirit, they have
full
a soul.
energy. Trust me, they got personalities.
Yeah, they
So,
have a soul. If
yeah.
you wouldn't be a living being if you didn't have that energy or that. You know what?
Essence.
I think
Right.
the orb for me is a show of a spirit, an energy, and a previous being. Now
we
what
have
is
a comment about the Trinity.
yes.
Oh,
Says
okay.
3 p.m. Maybe a.m. Oh no, 3 p.m. Sorry, 3 p.m. Jesus Christ gave his last breath and died on the cross. The demons imitated by doing 3 a.m. They
Oh.
mock the Trinity in threes every time
Oh.
at 3 a.m. So it's like the opposite.
Yeah, it's kind of like the right side cross and then the upside down cross.
Oh, gotcha.
And then
Oh.
because there's the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost, and then there's the
the flip side of that.
right
the Antichrist.
the Antichrist, the devil, and the false prophet or something.
The
I don't
false
know.
prophet. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. They've mentioned after I mentioned the fourth kind, the movie Fourth Kind. I don't have Nocturnal says that there is a book called The Watchers. So it's a very good book and it talks about that experiences about a lady.
Did they have a movie of that?
That's why I asked him if there's
Yeah.
a movie called The Watchers because that sounds familiar to me.
It does, but I remember hearing about that book. Too.
Really? We gotta
Yeah.
read that book. It's a book by Raymond E. Fowler. It's a series called The Watchers, and it's this lady that got hypnotized and she recalls her experiences.
Oh wow, that sounds so.
Yeah, and I have Nocturnal researches.
Yeah.
So he knows a lot about the haunted locations around here in Southern California, and he's been to very many locations.
Yes.
And he
He researches before he investigates.
right, and he has a Instagram account, and if you want to put it in the comments, we can share it with the
Yes.
viewers because you have a lot of interesting things that you put on your Instagram that we read and that we investigate. We investigated one of the cemeteries, right? That he went. No, yes, one of the cemeteries that you went to. Yeah, and it's on a video that we did. Who's there? Morticia Adams.
Yes.
Yes. Went to that one because of Anaheim Nocturnal. We went there. We wanted to see it for ourselves. He has really good videos on YouTube as well, so check him out.
And I'm actually having an internal battle with sharing locations now because
Yes.
of what's been going on in the paranormal community that in Florida
Mainly in Florida.
that there's been some issues with
Following people
certain
and-
YouTubers that get what is it? What is the word? Swatted.
Right. Swatted.
Uh-huh.
The word, this word, the first time we ever heard it was from John from HSFL. And I'm like, swatted? What does it mean, swatted? It sounds
Like basically
weird.
like
They sent the SWAT team.
it's kind of like you get the police called on you when you're at a location, like when you're urban ghost exploring. Or checking
Right.
stuff out, and like if you don't research, or if you don't call someone at that location, and then you figure out that they're gonna call the police on you,
Right.
like right then and there, you're
Right.
gonna get caught.
And it did happen. It happened to some famous YouTubers, Sam and Colby, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they weren't in the actual location. They like ran across some parking lot and ended up being a school. And this is what we believe. It's not for sure. It's what we saw on their video. And so they got arrested or they went to jail. Not sure. And then this also happened to another YouTuber that we love watching,
James the Fam and
Chelsea.
Chelsea.
Yeah, and we love them. They're amazing. They go to different places and investigate. But I mean, this is happening in Florida. That means that could happen to anywhere, right?
So
to any one of
You gotta
us.
spread the word, and do your research, guys.
Yes, get permission to go
get
into a
permission.
location first and have it in writing. Because some people go in and they pay cash and they don't have it in writing, and then they
call
still
the
get
cops
arrested.
on you anyway.
Yeah. So yeah, that's another thing. I know have been talking about so many different things because we're super excited about this show. I mean, Diana and I, especially, we both talked about this and we decided that she'd be perfect for this. And eventually, we're gonna start the podcast. We gotta get more equipment and we gotta choose the right podcast app. I guess it's an app. We really don't know.
Yeah.
Right? Like Spreaker or iTunes. What do you guys think? What do you guys think we should do? Oh, we have a new viewer, the Paranormal Circle.
Welcome.
Hi, welcome, Paranormal Circle. Oh, we have another comment from Anaheim Nocturnal. Is you can say we're not really in tune with our own gifts, kind of like what you said, because we're blinded by reality. Damn.
Yeah, see, that's why the kids, they get, because they're so pure and they haven't been tainted by our adulthood and real life and negative and positive people.
Not so many distractions with adulting. Air quote.
Adulting. I hate that word.
Yes. But if you constantly keep an open mind, it is gonna be there.
Well, I mean, it's there, but if you believe it or not, it's still there.
Yeah, and you know what? One thing I have always been interested in, it probably sounds funny, is time travel, and maybe that's something that causes deja vu too. Maybe in your dreams and in your subconscious, you're traveling through time.
I'm glad I'm traveling somehow because I'm too poor to travel.
Your
in real life,
spirit, your essence lifts up out of your body and travels to wherever you want it to go. I think. I don't know what you guys think.
I don't know.
Well, in your subconscious, that's subconscious. That's your most open and vulnerable time in your being. So if you're subconsciously thinking of something, maybe it could happen. Maybe tomorrow morning you could wake up with your 6 numbers and walk into the store and it says you won $13 million.
Woo!
You know, I one thing I want to do and I haven't done is I dreamt about a group of numbers.
Right.
It all goes with instinct.
Yeah,
Like
and
I've
it's
been
like,
saying.
okay,
It's like the gut
what
feeling.
numbers?
People use their gut. I mean, they go, you know what? Maybe this place is not the right place to be at. Let's get out of here. Use your gut feelings, right?
Like,
What's a
yeah,
gut
I don't want to
feeling?
be here.
And how come you feel it in your gut? What is that?
Yeah, it's almost like watching those mystery shows where someone gets killed and the person left right before the person got killed and oh thank goodness I wasn't there.
Right.
Or look at I was supposed to be on this road traveling with my friend who ended up getting in a car accident and they're either passed.
That's happened to us.
Yeah,
like
they're either passed or something.
Right.
And I've had an instance where I knew someone in a childhood and as a teenager, their significant other that was an ex at the time really pushed and did not let the person live a full life. They only made it to teenagehood.
Mm-hmm.
But they in turn didn't allow themselves either to continue on with life, which is very hard.
Right.
But, you know, my friend says, I left on a date. My father left to go to work and he showed up there and did whatever he wanted to do and was not going to leave there until he finished what he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
But he never intended to leave there either,
Right.
according to what I'm understanding. So is that our way? Is that our spirit guide saying it's time for you to go now? You need to get out of here, or no, you weren't meant to be here, so let's go and do something else.
Yeah.
And you know when you walk into some place and things are happening that you don't want to happen to yourself.
Right.
So you just I think I gotta go. Now we could say, oh, my mom texted me and I need to take her to the doctor in the morning, or like when you go on a date and you always tell your friend, this is a blind date. If this isn't going well,
the best kind of date.
Yes, come in and say, hey, I'm surprised to see you here, but so and so contacted me and yada yada. That's happening back before the cell phones. Now your friend calls you and says, oh, you got to be home, there's something you got to take care of, please leave now. And that's the easy way out to get, oh, I'll call you back. You used to give someone a wrong phone number.
You can't get away with that anymore.
No. How about when you used to get prank calls? Hey, your refrigerator's running. You better go catch it. It's running down the street or something. Those childhood things, or the ding dong ditch 'em. I don't know if you guys remember ding dong ditch 'em. How in the world can you with rings and all these cameras looking at you now? You can't even play ding dong ditch 'em, and that was fun. Or toilet paper, someone's house.
We had something happen with one of our cat people. I won't say who. That interesting thing, when you were repeating the question about the Trinity, my phone turned off with 30% battery.
Oh, that's creepy. And that goes.
That's creepy.
That goes in the numbers, the numerology or whatever.
That's another thing.
Like the
when you see the numbers, the same numbers.
Like 1111, 444, 333.
Yeah. What are the numbers you usually see, Car?
Well, I see 111, 1111.
I see 433.
444, 333, 555, things like that. And
1212.
I guess they all have a meaning, but it's interesting that happened right now. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's stuff we should pay attention to and not ignore.
A lot of people don't pay attention to it, though. They don't pay attention to it because we're in a reality. We're kept busy with this 3D reality.
The distraction
It's a distraction.
of being a human, I guess.
Yeah.
But I think we should all get back to nature, get back to ourselves, like the OG-ness of ourselves, I guess.
Yes.
I don't
I
know.
think that's probably why we love going to Black Star Canyon, because it's nature.
Mm-hmm.
And we got a comment from Anaheim Nocturnal that Whaley House is a cat and a dog spirit.
Oh.
That's why you probably felt that. And you know what? In the video, there's something on your leg, and it's a squared orb that's
Oh,
by
wow.
your leg. Hey, did you see it?
No, I
It,
didn't
like,
pay
flashed.
attention to
It
that.
Yeah.
flashed. It's next to her leg, and it's that same exact leg where she was feeling the little like.
And you know what's funny is you hear that and you think, boy, was the medium right then? How many spirits? So are the dogs and cats coming after me because I got dog spirits with me? And it gets me to think. It's like, okay, well, that's pretty interesting. Like the first time she came to me, I went to her to visit. She says, your mom's here. She passed away. I said, yeah. She said, well, she's here. And did you live in a house with a back house in it? No, I grew up in Southern California in the beach area. You really don't. I mean, if you lived in Palos Verdes and stuff, you would.
Yeah.
But the smaller lots and stuff in the city of Torrance, where I'm from, there's no way you'd have a back house unless you converted your garage into a back house. So then I didn't say too much, and then she said, how about a house with a garage? And I said, no, we don't live in one. She said, this is a long time ago. Oh, wow. That's my childhood home.
Oh wow! You
That's
didn't remember?
my childhood home. I didn't think about it because she was saying, do you live? And I was like, no, the garage is attached. And no, don't have that. And we don't live in the older part of Anaheim where the garages are separate.
Right.
Although our neighborhood does have some separate garages, but they're really close.
Gotcha.
And they're not in the back, they're in the front of the home.
Mhm.
So, yeah, they're all in the garages are either in the front of the home or the front side of the home.
Right.
So she says to me, well, your grandmother keeps repeating me, my daughter, my grandson, my granddaughter, my daughter, my grandson, my granddaughter. So that whole time, it was you three. I said, technically speaking, yes, it was us three there. She said, oh, well, she came to visit there all the time. That's it. So I will leave you with that because there's going to be a story on that.
That's a medium, right?
Yeah.
There's mediums, there's psychics, there's what?
Clairvoyant. There's
people
there's
who read the cards for you.
Yes.
Yeah. Clairsentient. I don't know, just people who are
sensitive,
who know how to use the instruction manual.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Or who know a little bit more and pay attention more.
Right.
And are more quiet and centered. But like I was saying before, we need to maybe do that for ourselves. But it's so hard with all the distractions and things like that.
Yeah.
That was a cool story.
Yeah, it is. Because I was not expecting it. And it just like, okay, so that's what happened. That's the reason why. And I will not tell you what until this Friday. So you guys have to come.
Yes,
because I will tell you. And all I will say is it is both my sibling and I discussed this, but not until we were already adults. And he saw something different. I saw something different.
Right.
And we'll just leave it at that. You guys got to come back Friday and I will tell you the story. And it happened. Let me just tell you, I was scared because
it was weird.
I know.
Yes, I was scared.
It was weird.
So I will tell you I did not leave the room I was in, and by the way, it was the bathroom
Oh,
in the middle of the night.
No.
And the second time it happened to me, I went to the tub and I slept in the bathtub, and no one. I got out of there and went to bed before everybody woke up. But I sat up and I looked and I said, "Okay, no one's here.
Yeah,
I'm going to bed." So that was the second time, but there was a first time as well. So
cool.
Very interesting, and we just enjoyed it, but we had to go to.
She's reading a note I just gave her.
Oh,
So yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know that we're gonna be here Friday again. It's gonna be really our very first show, May 17th at 8 p.m. Maybe a little bit after 8. It just depends on how quickly we set up,
or earlier.
or no, we're not gonna be here earlier. It'll be 8ish, and we have been on for a little bit longer than planned. So tomorrow we gotta work, right? I'm sure you guys do too.
So if you're already in here, please give us a like.
I know.
Subscribe to our channel if you haven't.
Please.
hit that bell, and you'll get notified about Friday.
Right. If not, if you're following us on Instagram, we're on Instagram. We're the TSW Couture, and we are also on Facebook. We are the Sisters Wood on Facebook. We also have a Facebook group. It's we'll put. Why don't you put the link in there for our Facebook group so that they can see it in the chat.
Okay.
It's also going to be in the comments as well. It's called I Ain't Afraid of No Ghost, but the name of the group is Paranormal Investigation or Investigator. Investigator. And we put stories just like this. We share from other YouTubers who investigate as well. We share there. It's a small community, but it's growing, right? Because everybody has that paranormal story they like to tell.
And you know what? You have your first experience, you have your middle experiences, you have current experiences. So whatever happens, share it. That's what we're here for.
Yeah.
We really have not a lot of time behind us as investigators, but that'll just come as we do it. And we're getting more and more and more. And boy, compare our first video
can talk for
to
hours,
now.
really. We can go on for hours.
Yes.
Friday night, we can go on for longer than tonight.
Yes, that's for sure. Hey, we were only planning on being here less time than we were going to try and be on Friday, but that just turned in because conversation is always good.
Yeah, it's always good. Sharing is good. Information is good. And just letting it out, right? Everybody's got that story. So thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. Diana, Carmelita.
Yes. Thank you. We'll see you on Friday. Don't forget, like, subscribe, and hit the bell.
And share.
And comment. Please comment.
Yes. And if you don't want to put it in the comments below, or you don't want others to see your story or your question, you can email us at thesisterswood@gmail.com.
Yes, or message us on Facebook Messenger.
Facebook Messenger within the group, which is I Ain't Afraid of No Ghosts or Paranormal Investigations. Good night.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us.
Bye.
Bye.